Hello, welcome back to Sorare Assist. Adam here, and today I'm going to be picking my MLB Sorare lineup in the limited All-Star division. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're not signed up to Sorare yet, sign up using the link below where you'll get a star common card, 12 common cards. And don't forget to check out SorareAssist.com, which has recently been updated as well. Okay guys, let's get stuck into today's content then. So as I say, I'm going to be picking my All-Star Limited team. First of all though, we'll just have a quick look at how my current lineups are doing in the live game week that's currently on. So I'm going to go over to the live game week here. So as you can see, this is the current live game week. So I'm 8,000th in the Common League, which isn't too bad because there was 24,000 people in there. Some of the players have done good, some not so good. As you can see, Maldonado's got -1 here, but the relief pitch did well with 20. That's good for a relief pitcher, really. My main pitcher, though, didn't do very well. 12 points for him. Abreu's had a fantastic week of 52, so doing well so far. These players here have probably got another game as well, and Votto's already played all of his games, so not too bad, really. Limited All-Star is doing okay. 665 at the minute, but all these players are still yet to play. Now, Renfro's got 0 points at the moment. Now, as you can see, he's been scoring absolutely atrociously in the first 2 games. So he got -1 in this game here, then he got 1.1 in this one, which I think is probably just a 1 score, and that's why he's got 0 points. So he needs a better performance in this last game against the Pirates. See where he gets on. Apart from that, the other players have not done too bad, not the best, but yeah, fairly happy with this so far in the second game week that I've entered. Right guys, let's get on to my team for the upcoming game week then. So here we are on the tournaments page. I've already picked my common team, so I'll just quickly show you that. So I've gone for Corbin Burns for the Brewers, Barlow as the relief pitcher. I've knocked the Quinn now plays for the Mets. He's transferred, so there has been a few transfers recently in the MLB world. And I think the transfer window has probably ended now, the trade window in the MLB. But there was some transfer moves that did affect some of my players actually. One of them was Nick Quinn, but that was a good move going from the Cincinnati Reds to the New York Mets. So that was a good move for him. So I've got Toro as well, and Adele make up the rest of the batters. And I've also got Abreu and Maldonado in the flex slots there as well. So we'll see how that team gets on. Obviously, I'll update you guys as well. And let's go into the limited All-Star then. So we'll go, first of all, we'll just have a look what the first game is for this upcoming game week. So the first one is the Marlins and Cubs game on the 5th of August, okay? So we need to know that when we are looking into the matches. Right, so let's click hit register then. So the starting pitcher then, this one is probably going to be between Corbin Burns or Verlander. Looks like Corbin Burns is a probable pitcher, and they're playing the Cincinnati Reds, so that's a pretty decent fixture. And the Houston Astros are playing the Guardians. So let's have a look at these matchups then. I think it looking like Corbin Burns has got the most favourable fixture out of these two guys. So the Brewers are playing the Cincinnati Reds, as you can see the way down here. And then we've got the Astros who are playing the Guardians. So it looks like the Brewers have potentially got the better fixture there. And also the Astros are away as well, whereas the Brewers are at home. So let's have a look then if Corbin Burns is starting, because he is obviously the obvious pick here. So we'll go to the game week go to the date that's obviously the game week starts. So the Brewers, so it's going to be Lauer in the first game, and then it's Ashby, and then it's Burns in the third game by the looks of things. So it looks like he's going to be pitching in the last game of the 3. So I will go with Corbin Burns in that slot there. So relief pitcher then. Now this is another player that's actually transferred. So Josh Hader has now moved to the Padres, and they're playing the LA Dodgers. So that's a fairly difficult game. I've also got Curly Jensen as well, who are away to the Mets, so that not an easy game there either. And I've also got Craig Cabral for the Dodgers, playing the Padres, of course, which is Josh Hader's new team. What I do like to do with the pitchers though is just see when they did last play, just to give you an indication if they're potentially going to get some game time in the upcoming game. So we'll do that first. That's probably going to help us decide which one to go for. So Josh Hader then, so he did play a couple of games ago, so he's potentially going to get a chance here at his new team, I would say. And Kenley Jansen has not played for a couple of games, so he might get a chance as well actually. and he's got 4 games as well, so probably very good chance he's going to get a game, get involved in one of those games. He's doing alright as well recently, but they have of course got a difficult game, but that's maybe a good thing, so might make him more likely to actually get some game time. And let's have a look at Craig Kimbrell finally. So he's actually played the last one, so that is interesting. So I think I'm actually going to go with Kelly Jansen, because he's got 4 games and he's not playing against the team that obviously I want to potentially win, and obviously one of those teams is the LA Dodgers. So I'm going to go with Kelly Jansen there in the relief pitcher slot. Now let's have a look at the corner infielders then. So I've got Freddie Freeman, who of course playing the Padres. Now the Padres in the table are 6, so that's not the easiest game for the Dodgers, but they still could obviously get some points. Got Ashley Riley for the Braves, 4 games as well. So the Braves have got 4 games, so that's interesting, because that could be potentially a deciding factor in who I pick here. But then the Brewers of course have got a good fixture against the Cincinnati Reds, but I think it probably always makes sense to go with the person who's got the most games. And I've also got Tyler Quinn as well here now for the Mets, but he is actually on my transfer list. I'm trying to sell him, so that could be interesting. I think Austin Riley is potentially looking a good pick here. Obviously I've got Freddie Freeman, then we've got the Padres, but with Riley having 4 games, there's a good chance that he could get some decent numbers there with having an extra game. So I think I will probably go with Austin Riley. Let's just have a look if he is due to start all these games. We've of course got the relief pitcher as well for the Braves in there, so that's another sort of deciding factor. So let's just have a look at the Braves, just see if Riley's going to be starting all those games. He's on great form as well at the moment, so yeah, he's predicted to start that one, this one as well, and this one as well. It looks like he's the 4th batsman as well, which is good. And the final game, yeah, it looks like he's predicted to start this one as well. So it looks like he's going to potentially start all 4 games. I think that makes sense to go with him. He's not far off Friedman in terms of the last 15 scores average. So I'm going to go with Austin Riley there because we're in the 4 games. So let's have a look who we've got next. I've got Swanson here for the Braves. So I think I'm probably going to go with him again with the 4 game advantage there. Obviously I can pick some of these other big hitters in the extra slots as well. So let's have a look at Dennis Swanson, just quickly check if he's going to be starting for the Braves. So yeah, it's 2nd batsman there, and 2nd batsman there as well, and on that one, and on that one as well. So yeah, looks like he's going to be starting all 4 games. Makes sense to go with him, since I've already got Riley as well. Both decent players there. So let's have a look at the outfielder slot then. So we've got Mookie Betts here for the Dodgers. They've all got 3 games here, so we've got the Dodgers and the Brewers here. The Dodgers are playing the Padres. Now, as we know, Padres are quite high up in the table as well. And the other option is the Brewers players against the Cincinnati Reds. So that one could be a good pick up here, because they're 8th for the Brewers and the Reds are down here in 24th. So it might be a good idea to potentially go with those players. Although, as we know, Renfroe's been atrocious for me in the last 2 games. So hopefully he can pick up his form. And let's just have a look at the predicted starters for these then. So it's going to be a tough choice here. I've got 3 more slots to go. I could either go with Dodgers players or a stack of Brewers players. So I think with Brewers having the easier matchup between these 2 teams, I think it makes sense to go with their players. So I will check if these 3 players are going to be starting then. So we've got Yelich, McCutchen and Renfroe. And I've also got Adams as well, who could potentially fit into the extra slot. So I've got Adams here, as you can see, so he could potentially fit into that slot as well. So I will check if they're all starting and decide which ones I want to go with from there. So the Brewers then, so we've got Yelich, Adams, that's good, McCutchen and Renfroe is the 6th batter. Let's have a look at this one here then. So we've got Yelich, Adams, Tellez, McCutchen, Wong, Renfroe. So it looks like Tellez is getting moved quite far up the batting order here. So this could be interesting. And Renfroe seems to be being moved down, so that's potentially why he's not scoring many points. So it might be tempting to pick up Tellez here, you know. Brewers, so we've got Yelich, Adams, Tellez, McCutchen, Wong. And then in the final game, so yeah, so it might make sense to go with the top 3 batters here, but obviously one of them I do not have, and that is Tellez. So I'm tempted to actually see how much his price is and potentially buy him, and look at his form as well. So here he is, here's Tellez. Let's have a look at his recent form then. So he is doing pretty decent, look. That's probably because he's been moved further up the batting order, which is obviously very important. As you can see, he's got some decent scores as well with that move up to the batting order. So this guy could be a potentially really good pickup here. Now, if we have a look at the auctions that are available, so there's one here ending in 53 minutes at the time of recording. So I'm going to potentially pick this guy up to go in my team for this week. And if I don't win that, I'll be tempted to probably maybe buy this guy here who's on offer. So that could be interesting actually. So I'm going to go with the batting order ones here. I think that makes sense. Good players as well. Yelich, Adams, then Tellez. So we'll put Yelich in the outfielder slot there. Extra slots can be Adams. And then the final slot is actually going to be Tellez once I've purchased him. But for now, just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to put McCutcheon in there. In fact, I'm just going to go to the market and actually buy Tellez this offer here. Because this auction may even go to around that price anyway. I think that makes sense to buy this guy now. Now, I'm not diverting from a strategy here. I've obviously got a lot of Brewers players. That's the team that I've gone for. So I do want to be picking up their best players. So I think I'm going to just go ahead, buy this card for £10, not that much. And then I can put him in my lineup ready for the upcoming game week. So this is the first time I've actually done this. Bought while picking my teams. But obviously my MLB journey is still very young. So I'm going to go ahead and buy him there. And I'm still building up my squads for the MLB teams that I want to focus on. So that's him purchased. Right, so he should be entering my gallery shortly. So I think that makes sense, that pickup actually. So if we go back to the lineup builder, now I don't know if it's going to appear in here automatically or not. There he is, there he is. So he's there in my gallery now, so I'm going to go ahead and put him in the final slot. And there we have it. There we have all my team for the upcoming game week. I'm going to go ahead and submit that. I think it makes sense to go with the Brewers this week, although I have got some obviously really good Dodgers players. They've got quite an hard matchup this week. So let's have a quick look at the final team then. So as you can see, we've gone for the Brewers pitcher, gone for three Braves players, and also 3 Brewers players in the rest of the positions. I think this makes perfect sense. Obviously the Braves have got 4 games, so it made sense to go with them. And then the rest of the team is made up with the Brewers, who do seem to have a favourable fixture there. So I think this team is looking really solid. New signing will hopefully do well for me as well. It seems to be the 3rd batsman now in terms of the batting order for the Brewers. Okay guys, that was the end of this video. If you did like the video, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're not signed up to Sorare MLB yet, you can do that by using the link below, where you'll get a star common card, 12 common cards as well, so you can enter this tournament this week. And don't forget to check out SorareAssist.com as well, where you can find loads of free Sorare resources on there and all of that useful information. Okay guys, thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you again soon.